Good morning. It is, I don't even know what day it is. I'm not going to worry about saying what day it is. Please like and subscribe. Please share my channel. Comment whether you agree with me or not. I'm doing my video from home this morning because I have notes. I can't use notes while I'm driving, but I had to write this down because I wanted to share this with you. I was talking about what kind of bodies we're going to get in heaven. The Bible says we're going to get new bodies, and I was really curious to know what new bodies. So I was asking a whole bunch of questions on my last video about what our new bodies are actually going to be. And lo and behold, there are a ton of verses in the Bible that actually describe new bodies. So I'm going to just go through these real quick. I only have about 10 minutes before I have to get out the door, but I just wanted to share these. They're verses, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to let you look them up, but definitely describes, the embodiment of a human being after this one dies or this one leaves the earth and what it's going to be like. So this will be food for thought, but it'll be maybe something for future discussion. But first of all, it says our bodies will be powerful, sown in weakness and raised in power. So basically, sown in weakness, we're limited beings right now, and raised in power, I imagine, means unlimited. But that is 1 Corinthians 15:43. And if you want to write these down, again, that one is 1 Corinthians 15:43. It says we'll be like angels. That's Matthew 22:30. It says there will be life to our mortal bodies, eternal. I don't know, I just wrote that. It was a note. But the verse is Romans 8:11. Life will be given to our mortal bodies, eternal, Romans 8:11. And then it says that we will have literal bodies. That's not figuratively speaking. It doesn't mean that we're going to have, imaginary bodies or something that's just kind of it's not saying that, it's just kind of a metaphor for what a body might be. No, the Bible says we will literally have bodies. John 20:27 and Luke 24:39. It says we will be transformed in John 20:27. I'm sorry, that's literal. John 20:27 is the literal bodies. Transformed is Philippians 3:21 is that we will be transformed. We will be like Christ, which is 1 John 3:2. It says we can't die, which is Luke 20:36. It says our bodies are God-given, which is 1 Corinthians 15:38. There's a lot here. There it says, again, we'll have bodies in 1 John 3:2. I think I might be repeating myself, but in case you didn't write that down, those seem to be repeats. It says that Jesus walked into a locked room. So basically he walked through walls. That's quantum. That's pretty cool. He's able to walk through walls. So basically physical bodies, just like the ones we have now, only able to pass through walls and to go places that we are not able to access right now to be able to move through things. That is John 20:26. And then I have, let's see, Luke 24:39. I already read that one. I've got luminous. And this is where, when I was talking about the body being glowy, luminous, the wise will shine. Daniel 12:3, Matthew 13:43. It says, shine forth as the sun in Exodus 34:35. Will be in glory. Matthew 17:2. Will be perfect. Philippians 1:6. Our bodies will be different from one another. So we're not going to be all like lumped into one big entity. We'll each have our own bodies. And that is in 1 Corinthians 15:41 and 42. Well, it'll be a spiritual body. 1 Corinthians 15:44. It'll be an immortal body. 1 Corinthians, again, 15:42. That's the same one that says we'll be different from one another. Incorrupt. That one was cool because it says we'll go from corrupt to incorrupt. So basically we'll be pure, I guess, in 1 Corinthians 15:53. So we'll be raised from dishonor to glory in 1 Corinthians 15:43. And then I underlined 1 Corinthians 15, basically the whole chapter. If you read 1 Corinthians 15, I'm reading a lot of these verses, verses 42, 44, 43, 53. That's in 1 Corinthians 15. So that's, and Matthew 13 seems to be another area where it talks about the bodies that will be given. But I mean, it says same identity in 1 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians, 6:14. I'm just reading my page here. For 1 Corinthians 6:14, he will raise us up. So, I mean, the site that I went to is called Restore Church. I Google searched, what will our resurrected bodies be like in heaven? And I found a site called Restore Church, Restore Church. And it was just a Google search that I did. So these are just some verses to look up and read about what our new bodies are going to look like. I find it fascinating that, you know, the fact is that we're going to end this, whatever these are, whether they're physical, whether they're light, spirit, whatever we are. But it almost seems like we're going to take on a more quantum form, like a more flowy form that's almost ghost-like, to where we can actually move through walls, and we are limitless, and we are pure, and we're no longer corrupt, and we don't have the limitations that we have here, but we look the same. And, you know, it did say that we're going to have an illuminescence, like that thing that I called glowy. There was a lot to be said about Jesus and the light that he was glowing, that godly light, that light that was shining like the sun. And that's what I meant about that glow. But that will be like illuminated by God. So, I mean, that's all very interesting. I find this very fascinating, and I wanted to go through it. But anyway, I need to get off to work. I'm on my way, so I wanted to share that with you before I leave. I hope that you're able to look up all these different verses and share with me what you find. If you find anything new, anything different, anything in addition, I'm more than happy to hear what you have to say. So please share, and I'll see you next time.